Well, good morning, viewers. Lofty's here, the Lofty Biker. I'm making a bit of a vlog today. I've not spoken to you for ages. I've been having such a busy year. We've done lots. So I'm going to sort of do a bit of a reprise, show to show. As you know, last year I went up to the NEC to look at bikes. And I'm going up again in a couple of weeks to look at bikes. And the format I use is the bikes I think I'm going to be able to ride and demo for you. I'll spend most time on looking at, videoing, doing a bit of a talk about. So let's just wind back 12 months. I'd just come back from Spain with Linny. We'd had a wonderful time. We did the 261, the coast to coast. Absolutely glorious. We had a fabulous time. So I went up to the show. I'm just going to leave my voice crack slightly. I went up to the show and one bike just blew me away. I thought, this has got to be bike of the year. It was the most improved bike from a mark that I'd ridden. Well, actually looked at and since ridden. It was the Royal Enfield Super Meteor. Now, I thought it absolutely pinged at the show. The cycle parts were wonderful. The finish was really good. Everything about it I really liked. One of the bikes I was really looking forward to seeing was the Hornet, which was okay. I found it a little bit dinky. The Transalp on the same stall, I thought looked cheap and I wasn't over impressed. And on the Suzuki stand likewise, I saw the GSX 8S and I wasn't that impressed. The V-Strom, the new V-Strom, the little V-Strom, I thought looked wonderful. Beautiful looking machine. And the improvements on the big V-Strom were out of this world. I thought, wow, that really does ping. And they'd done a similar job to the Tracer 9 GT. They'd put the screen on it and the electric suspension and various other bits and pieces, and I thought, what a wonderful bike that is. There wasn't that much new on the BMW stand. I hadn't really got much of a reputation with Kawasaki at the time, but I've always liked the 900 RS, and I thought, what a lovely bike that is. Anyway, so I come away from the show thinking the Royal Enfield Mega, the Transalp, yeah, not bad at all. You know, I thought in general there wasn't a lot of brand new out. KTM had sort of upgraded stuff, but to be honest, I'm not really Team Orange. It doesn't do it for me. The last KTM I owned was blue and white, and it looked a damn sight smarter than these ones they're doing now. So that's my opinion. So the old reviewing, I got to ride most of the bikes I looked at. I got to ride, which I was really pleased about. The Royal Enfield did not disappoint. I thought it was fabulous. It looked great. I'm amazed I've not seen more on the road, but it's a little bit quiet down here in Cornwall. But I loved that bike to bits. I thought it by far the most modern, good looking, best finished Royal Enfield for a long time. So I'm really looking forward to Royal Enfield's next brand new offering to see what it is. So let's just talk about the Hornet and the Transalp. Well, as you know, I did find the Hornet extremely small. Tiny, in fact, diminutive. And I thought it had quite a buzzy engine. Looked good, fantastic price point. The more you thrashed it, the better the bike got. So what can you say? I wasn't over impressed with the look of the Transalp, but when I rode the Transalp, oh, it was lovely. It was so much nicer than the Hornet. Everything seemed to fit in place. It suited the slightly bigger person. So in general, I really like the Transalp. I've got to say, I'm amazed they've not sold more of them. The one big drawback I found with the Transalp was the lack of a cruise control. No cruise control on an adventure bike, adventure touring bike. I thought, I can't believe this. I'm just amazed. Anyway, Suzuki's offerings. I took the GSX 1000 GT out again. It's okay, not my cup of tea. I can appreciate people from sports bikes wanting them, but it just doesn't tick enough boxes for Lofty. Nowhere near. So the big V-Strom. I took out the DE first. That's the tall one, the more off-roady one. Wow, what a big bike that was. Absolutely loved it. I don't know what Suzuki have done, but the 1050 Transalp, they've just done so many small incremental little touches here and there, improvements, and what a fantastic bike. I thought for the money the V-Strom was wonderful. I took out the standard V-Strom with a smaller front wheel, loved it to bits. Absolutely, I can't fault it. So there we come down to the little one, the 800 engines. Now, as you know, I wasn't that impressed at the show with the 800S, but when I saw it in the flesh, I thought, wow, this is a nice looking bike. What a cracking little roadster. Took out the 8S. Oh dear, I absolutely loved it. It was so much, everything about it was so much better than the Hornet, except for the price. It's a bit dearer than the Hornet. It's going to cost you about 750 quid more. But for me, it's worth more than that. The engine is an absolute peach. So as you can imagine, when it came to riding the V-Strom 800, I was really excited, thinking, wow. But you know, it ain't doing for me like the Transalp did. Ever so strange. I love the 1050 V-Strom. I wasn't so keen on the 800. I think if I rode it again, I might have a different opinion. I think I'd like to revisit that one, to be honest. Give it a bit of another look-see. So that's pretty much it with Honda and Suzuki. I rode everything in the range. The old 750X, still going strong. Lovely bike, does everything you want it to do. If you want an all-rounder, commuter, occasional tourer on, weekend scratcher, you can't really fault the 750X. I love the DCT box. There's a revamped Africa Twin coming for this year's show, so I'm not quite looking forward to that. So let's move on a bit. I got down to Cornwall Kawasaki, and of course Eva's there, who used to work at Ocean, and she introduced me to the owner, Mark, cracking bloke, and he said I can take out what I like. So with the attitude between the new Cornwall Kawasaki and the old Cornwall Kawasaki, it's just unbelievable. They've got demo bikes, they'll let you ride them, they've got loads of second-hand stuff. So it's nice to know we've got another dealership in Cornwall. That's a proper bike shop, if you like. Anyway, I took all the Kawasaki's out. Versys, Z1000s, H2, you name it. I shall spend more time on the Kawasaki store this year and acquaint myself more with the new bikes. Anyway, as you know, I really do like the 900 RS. Loved it to bits. But the one that shocked me the most was the little one, the 650 RS. What a lovely bike that is. As you know, Honda and Suzuki have upgraded their engines from 600s to 750s and 776 as Suzuki is. And Kawasaki have kept with the 650. I think, to be honest, I think it's only a matter of time before we get a 750 version. Now for me, a facelifted 750 RS, that would be a game changer. That probably would be the best middleweight around, and I really hope Kawasaki do it, and I do hope they put a quick shifter on it, because if they do, it'll nap the other two, no trouble at all. That's Kawasaki. So let's move over to BM. We went to BM. I rode quite a few BMs. I took out the S1000 R Sport. Unbelievable machine. Absolutely mental. So fast. I had to laugh because Dave, the manager, when I come back, says, how'd you get on? I said, it was all right. I said, it's a bit too pokey for down here. He said, would you want to take the M out? We got the M ready for you. I said, Dave, to be honest, there ain't much point in me riding that M on these roads. I said, I was struggling to use 5th and 6th gear on the R. I said, if I took the M out, I said, the shift cam don't even come into about 10,000 revs. I said, it's 200 brake horsepower. I said, there's not much point me riding it. So I didn't take it out. But of course, everybody's been talking 900 GS's. I ain't seen one yet. Can't wait. Really excited. I'm hoping it's going to be at the show. And of course, the long-awaited 1300 GS, well, there's one for you. Now, that's a subject on its own. Nobody in the country expected to ride one before the show. We thought they'd be out in about January. And I was in BMW about a month ago. And Dave says to me, he said, are you on the BMW launch? I said, my channel's not that big yet. I said, hopefully one day I'll get invited. He said, I'm going to ride the 13. I said, when you going? He said, first week in November. I said, oh, wonderful. Anyway, I went to just after I come back off the holidays, I went in, there it was, the 1300. I said, hi Dave, what's it like? He said, I don't know, I ain't rode it yet. He said, it'll be PDI'd tomorrow. I'm taking it home to give it some mileage. You can ride it Monday if you want. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll be down Tuesday. So here it is, unknown. I'm going to BMW to ride the brand new R1300 GS before they've even had the launch. Unbelievable. Anyway, oh, what a bike. What a game changer for BM. Unbelievable. Absolutely fantastic machine. A lot of money. It's out of my price range. Don't get me wrong, if money was no object, I'd have one. Seriously. If I could just dig up £24,000, I'd kit it out with everything. I'd have the full Monty and I'd buy one. I like the green. I think it's called Tramatata green or something like that. It looks absolutely beautiful. But still. So that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, I didn't get up to JD to ride any KTMs this year, which I was a little bit disappointed about. I didn't get the time. I actually went up to Triumph with Ash when he was buying his Explorer. Tried to get a bit of a rapport going with them at Plymouth. They didn't seem interested, to be fair. And I spoke to GT Motorcycles, the biggest dealer in Plymouth. Oh, what a waste of time they are. Not interested in YouTube at all. So, there we go. As you know, I went on the tour. I had an absolute stonking holiday. Unfortunately, Linny couldn't come this year. She was babysitting. Unfortunately, she had to stop at home babysitting. The mother-in-law, that is. So I had to go on my own. Well, I say I had to go on my own. Most of the boys down here in Cornwall were occupied on the Observer training weekend, so they couldn't come. But I'd already asked Uncle Tone, who I've toured with quite a few times off and on over the last 10 years. And Uncle Tone said, yeah, I'll come. I said, well, it looks like there's only the two of us, Tone. He said, no problem. He said, what are you going to do? I said, well, I fancy doing something different. I said, we'll catch the boat across to Santander. I says, then we'll nip up into the Picos the first night and stop in Potes. I says, and then work our way down somewhere to Seville. I says, because I've always wanted to go to Ronda and ride the roads in that Ronda area. He said, well, that sounds a plan. I says, and we can come back the same way. I said, we can even stop at the same hotels. So I booked it up, the Infantado the first night. Then the second night we stopped in Salamanca at a lovely place. Beautiful, big town, nice place, Salamanca. Lots of history, big square, loads of restaurants around the square. Some roads just south of Salamanca. That area between Salamanca, Badajoz and Caceres is absolutely mind-blowing, unbelievable. Anyway, second night we stopped in Badajoz. And then the third night we stopped just to the east of Seville in a place called Carmona. Cracking little village. 6 or 7 restaurants and bars. not many hotels, but to be fair, I think we stopped at the best one. Stopped at a cracking little hotel. We had 4 nights down there. Thoroughly enjoyed it. The weather was stonking every day. We had some fabulous weather. And we had a really good time, to be fair. And as I say, we came back the same way. We came back, we headed back north up to Badajoz, then Seville, and from Seville back to Potes, and we stayed at the Infantado again the last night before we come to Potes. So all in all, I've had an absolute stonking year. Rode lots of bikes. Me subscribers has gone up to nearly 2,700. How good's that? Thanks very much everybody who watches. I'm over the moon. I'm just going to nip past this little black car first, and I'll do the tractor on the bend. Nothing coming, clear from the left, easy overtake. So there we go. I'm looking forward to going to the show again this year. There's not much of a vibe about new bikes and whatever, because like I say, Honda and Suzuki brought out their big guns last year. I'm hoping to see the Royal Enfield 450 Himalayan, the water-cooled one, and I'm hoping to get my legs across the new 900 GS. Anything else is going to be a bonus, really. It's all good fun, isn't it? Anyway, if you want to see more of my Lofty Biker videos, click on the like, subscribe, ring that little bell. You can always ask me a question about the bikes I ride or whatever kit I wear or whatever. I'm only too happy to answer. And to be honest, I'd say 99.9% of my comments are all positive, and they're all really welcoming, and thank you very much, because I do enjoy reading your comments. So anyway, I've waffled on for quite a while, haven't I? I don't want to waffle on too long because you'll get bored and switch me off. So anyway, this is the Lofty Biker saying ta-ra for now.